So there's this small YouTube channel named Dhar Mann, and he is my pet peeve. He really tickles my noggin without my consent, and I just really don't like him. So today we're going to be going on another tangent. No, this is not enough. I'm going to keep doing this until I've run out of points to talk about Dhar Mann on, or until I have to keep on repeating stuff, or until the year ends, or until 365 days go by, or until I reach like 100k subs or something like that. And this week's topic is... Now, with that being said, this is going to be an overarching point every single time he talks about promoting criminal behavior, so just keep this in mind. First of all, I can't cover every single time where he basically tells kids if you do this, you won't get prison time, but instead you'll have cheesy Disney Channel style stuff happen to you. I can't cover all of that. That's way too much for me. Just assume that every single one of these, I'm going to be making that point. And second of all, you need to keep in mind that these are just my personal opinion. These are not solidified truths yet. And as of right now, these are just simply my opinions. They should be taken as such and should not be taken as fact. Third of all, and every single time Dhar Mann has allegedly encouraged criminal behavior, it's going to be really unrealistic, and it will probably never happen in real life, or at least the results that come from these realistic actions will never happen in real life. So I'll get that out of the way right now. And finally, all the actions in this video are strictly condemned. It's not okay to do illegal stuff like talking to your crush or threatening to blow up a plane. And he never really gives an unrealistic punishment to it too. Now, with that being said, I hope you get a few takeaways from this video, and let's begin. So yeah, I think Dhar Mann unironically encourages bullying. For instance, during the time he brought on SS Sniper Wolf, he's still supporting an alleged felon. He talked about how the bully was just jealous of what the girl had, like Psychomantis or whatever her name was, and how he believes that, or how they believe that he just had it rough. Yeah, during that video, I know we all know that instead of learning a lesson, the bully gets paid to bully the girl because, you know, we all get paid to bully people and put other people down. That's how the real world works, like kind of like Hitman, how you have to put people down in order to get paid, kind of like that. Dhar Mann encouraging Hitman is just really funny though, in my opinion. But anyways, getting back on track, yeah, we already know the whole premise of the video, but I just want to expand more on that a little bit. It's not just the general message that he's sending that's bad, it's also the entire premise itself, like the iota of the thought that he had on that is just wrong entirely. Just because you're jealous of someone, that doesn't excuse bullying behavior. And not only that, the way he presents bullies is pretty bad too. I know that he's trying to follow the classic stereotype of, oh, they're just jealous of you, but Dhar Mann needs to consider every point of view before making a judgment on what life lessons he wants to peddle. Kids, if you're watching this right now, which you shouldn't be, so get off the damn video, but if you are, I'm gonna teach you a valuable life lesson. Just because you have a lot of money, that doesn't make you cool, that just makes your clothing slightly better. And I'm probably gonna make another video just going on another tangent on this, so that's all I'll leave it at for now. But all you need to know is that, kids, having a lot of money doesn't make you look cool, it makes your clothes look better, it doesn't make your face look less ugly, like, you know? But what does that have to do with Mr. Mann? Dhar Mann constantly makes the bullies the cool kids, and then later only makes them less cool because the loser has money. And this can go two ways. Number one, where Dhar Mann is a hypocrite, where he puts down the bully because the loser has money, so the loser stays in the same place, essentially. And the bullies just move down, if that makes sense. And that's kind of bad, because you're just doing exactly what you condemn. You're making the loser become... or you're making the cool kids become less cool because they don't have money or looks or whatever, which is what they're doing to the kid. So essentially, you're trying to literally fight fire with fire. And let me tell you right now, that saying is so wrong. You don't fight fire with fire. You fight fire with fire and water, or something like that. But that never works in real life, even if you take the saying as a metaphor. But anyways, the second premise that Dhar Mann goes off of is he keeps the bullies at the same place, but then he magically moves the victim up in social status. So basically he does the opposite of what he did in the first premise, where instead of moving the bullies down, he moves the victims up. And that's horrible for another reason, because you're basically telling kids to rely on a miracle, and that's not really good, because that's never going to happen to not even 99.9 repeating percent of the population. Like, it's a tiny little smidge less than 100% of people will never experience that in their lives. And moving on from that side tangent, as we all know, money can't buy friends, they buy dogs. And what are dogs? They're cool. But the thing is, Dhar Mann doesn't know that these cool kids are not cool. Bullying is not cool, but since Dhar Mann depicts bullies as cool kids, and bullying isn't really condemned, then there's really no other choice than to view bullying as a cool thing. Which, by the way, most of the bullies have a good point. Remember when Dhar Mann collaborated with FaZe Rug? Yeah, that bully had a point. Dhar Mann's encouraging kids to follow unrealistic dreams without having a backup, and that's just literally encouraging kids to gamble, except with even lower odds, which is more like the second premise than the first premise. But we already know that if he goes off the first premise, then he's just a hypocrite. So all around, this entire idea of Dhar Mann trying to like disencourage bullying, or whatever the word is, like trying to demote I don't remember the word at the moment. It's like 7:20 a.m. right now. I'm having a stroke. Please help me. But anyways, that's really about it. There's really no reason for him to be doing things like this. Let's go! Dhar Mann is romanticizing stalking! Woo! But anyways, so yeah, Dhar Mann basically romanticizes stalking by making the girl... For some reason, this is gonna be like a double standard, so this is gonna be leaking more into the sexist thing. But I'll reuse this point for another video because I want to make it also like a sexist point, but we're just gonna stick with like him encouraging crimes for now. Because, you know, that's a sentence that needs to be said in 2024. Where Typhlosion is basically a PDF. But anyways, moving on from that weird side tangent, Dhar Mann encouraging, like, romanticizing stalking, he makes it seem as if, oh, by the way, this only applies to girls, because whenever the guys do it, apparently it's weird, but when the girls do it, it's okay. And I'm not saying stalking is okay in general either. I'm saying that the way Dhar Mann promotes stalking through romanticizing it, it's not exactly, like, you know, him like outright saying, oh, stalking is good because it shows your love for that person. No, whenever you stalk people, that's not how it works. Like, you're just creeping them out even more. If you truly cared for them, then you would give them the freedom and privacy that they need, and you would respect them in that sense by giving them their own space. However, Dhar Mann is not doing that. Instead, he's making it as he's literally putting royalty-free music as these girls are gathering info about the guys that they like. And not only that, for some reason, in this one video, I don't remember the title of it, but he basically has stalking, like, this girl who was stalking and kidnapping her ex's new girlfriend. Yeah, he does put her in jail. But she doesn't learn the lesson either. She's just there for the sake of being in prison, so that way Dhar Mann can say, oh, hey, look, guys, if you stalk people, you go to prison. Don't do that. No. Who cares about the punishment? The punishment is the physical or conceptual lesson, like, that we can see what happens if you stalk people. But he never really goes into the ethics on why stalking is bad. And not only that, I don't know if I mentioned this like 5 seconds ago. I'm recording this all in one take, basically. But Dhar Mann is he's romanticizing stalking because, number one, he's putting royalty-free music over it. Which, by the way, I think he's just too lazy to write out the dialogue whenever he puts in royalty-free music. He goes like, "Oh, I don't really know what to put here, so I guess we're just gonna put royalty-free music." And that's how he fills in the gaps for this 40-minute long videos that he makes at this point. And second of all, he just doesn't never mind. So, as I was editing this video at 8:27 a.m. on November 16, 2024, Dhar Mann uploaded another video called Kids Don't Know Bully Boy is a Boxing Prodigy. And also, by the way, first of all, I don't understand why Dhar Mann is changing the title of the video from the thumbnail title. That's just really weird. I think Dhar Mann is doing this to get into the algorithm, but I don't know. I think that that part is just really weird. He's just trying to reach like an obscene audience. Like he's trying to have his cake and eat it too, and that's just really weird. But putting that aside, Dhar Mann really likes to have kids beating up adults or adults beating up kids. And where do I even start? First of all, you shouldn't be having kids fight adults in your skits if you're going to make them quote unquote realistic videos. And second of all, what what is the premise of this? Is it just don't give up on your dreams? Is it, I don't really understand. It's kind of weird, but yeah, so he's just encouraging kids to follow their dreams by encouraging kids to beat up other kids, because I don't see a single message anywhere where Dhar Mann says, "Hey, don't get into fights, kids. Fighting is bad." Like, even that would have been better than the things that he's putting into, like, the boxing videos. And yeah, that's about it. That ends this video. So yeah. The reason why these are all kind of bad, and I forgot to mention this at the beginning too, is because punishment itself isn't really the reason why we don't do certain. I mean, like, sure, it's a good way to teach us why we shouldn't do something, but it's also it's also something that shows, like, the next generation that we shouldn't be doing these things because it's wrong for X, Y, and Z reasons. And it's not so much as the punishment itself that we should be avoiding, but rather being bad people is what we should be avoiding. And I don't think that's something that many people understand. It's that punishment isn't really something that we should be avoiding. It's something that we should be getting, right? But it's the bad things that, and it's the bad and more immoral, like not moral, like bad things that we should be avoiding instead of the punishment itself. Punishment is the way people learn. It's like I think it's called negative reinforcement or something like that. But punishment is a way of teaching. It's not something that we should be scared of, but rather it's being bad people that we should be scared of. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't really understand or realize. But anyways, yeah, that's about it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all got a few good takeaways from this video. I mean, especially like the punishment thing. I think I cooked there. But anyways, yeah, that's really about it. I hope you all have a good day, and bye.